नमस्कार। एक बार फिर आपका OUSRHH की इस व्याख्यान श्रृंखला में स्वागत है। आज का हमारा विषय है नेताजी और पाकिस्तान। ये विषय इसलिए महत्वपूर्ण है कि नेताजी अखंड भारत के लिए लड़े थे, पूरे भारत की आजादी के लिए लड़े थे। नेताजी देश के विभाजन के लिए नहीं लड़े थे। और मैं यहाँ पे एक कोट नेताजी की देना चाहूँगा। 12 सितंबर 1944 को नेताजी ने कहा था, फ्रेंड्स, वी हैव रिजॉल्व टू क्रिएट ए यूनाइटेड एंड फ्री इंडिया। Therefore, we shall oppose all attempts to divide her and cut her into bits. I vehemently oppose the Pakistan scheme for bifurcating our motherland. कितना जबरदस्त और सशक्त नेताजी का ये भाषण था।
It will kill my motherland physically, economically, spiritually.
और आजाद हिंद सरकार अखंड भारत की सरकार थी। आजाद हिंद फौज अखंड भारत की फौज थी, जिसके अंदर हिंदू, सिख, मुसलमान, ईसाई, जैनी एक होकर के रहे थे।
And war from same kitchen.
एक ही
Same kitchen. None can think of.
एक ही उसमें खाना खाते थे,
Same kitchen.
पूरा। और कोई भी क्षेत्रीय भेदभाव नहीं था।
In crisis, same
जो
kitchen.
काम गांधी और कांग्रेस नहीं कर पाई थी, सबको एक साथ लेके चलने का, नेताजी ने सबको एक साथ लेके चले। उनको सपोर्ट करने वालों में इमदाद साबरी भी थे, दिल्ली के, सिंध के भी लोग थे। वो 13 की 13 मुस्लिम पार्टियां जिन्होंने पाकिस्तान की डिमांड का विरोध किया था, वो नेताजी के साथ थे। खक्सा नेताजी के साथ थे। पठान बादशाह गफ्फार खान, लाल कुर्ती जिन्हें बोलते थे, वो पाकिस्तान के विरोध में थे। और आजाद हिंद फौज तक तो यह हुआ है कि जब नवंबर 1945 के अंदर कलकत्ता के अंदर स्टूडेंट्स स्टार्टेड अगेंस्ट द ट्रायल्स, INA ट्रायल्स, तो एक इस्लामिया कॉलेज है कलकत्ता के अंदर, उसके स्टूडेंट्स जब उसमें प्रोटेस्ट में हिस्सा लेने गए तो मुस्लिम लीग के सेक्रेटरी ने वहां पर जाके एक भाषण दिया, जिसमें उसने कहा, हम कैसे सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं आजाद हिंद फौज को? अगर ये यहां आ जाती तो हमारी पाकिस्तान की डिमांड का क्या होता? एंड टुडे व्हाई इट हैज बिकम नेसेसरी टू मेक आवर व्यूज अवेयर अबाउट नेताजीज व्यूज ऑन दिस, because some foolish persons who don't know history, who have not seen documents, who have not looked at Netaji's speeches, they talk rubbish that Netaji was bitten by the bug of secularism and there were jihadis in INA and all that. That's something funny to say that. And clearly Netaji is telling the Muslims in India that don't get misled by this Jinnah's demand, who's playing on religious fanaticism in this country. He said, Mr. Jinnah is always surrounded by Muslim landlords and capitalists who are loyal to the British. And in his speech from 12th September 1944, he makes a direct appeal to the Muslim youth in this country, which says not to be carried away by Jinnah's propaganda, Muslim League's propaganda, and he poses a question to the Muslim youth of India, where he says, I ask millions of Muslim young men in India, will you be a party to the bifurcation of your motherland? What will your status be in a divided India? And now we are seeing what is the status.
What is the status?
Therefore, my friends, you must remember that if you want freedom, you must fight for it and kick the British out. There should be no compromise with Britain. Our divine motherland shall not be cut up. This is what Netaji says.
And there is many radio speeches in this line against partition. Many.
See, Dr. Pal, if you'll recall, when this Vande Mataram controversy started after 37 elections, and this controversy went up to Gurudev Tagore, Nehru, when Muslim League opposed that Vande Mataram should not be sung in the assemblies, Netaji had clearly said, I can entertain the general demands of Muslim community, but I will never entertain a fanatic demand and a communal demand. And if you concede to this demand, tomorrow they will come with something else. But Nehru insisted, and then only it was decided the first two paragraphs will be sung.
Others.
And Netaji's predictions came true. That
in
the next
their demand gradually increased.
3 years, the demand of Pakistan
came
in that. And you know, and we have discussed earlier also this story, that how to keep the Muslim League away in Bengal.
How he tried in 1937
with the Krishak Praja Party to form a government.
But this was throttled by the conspiracy
by Gandhi
in
conspiracy with G.D. Birla
and Abul Kalam Azad.
Abul Kalam Azad, who took it the things over there. Now, time and again, he has warned about Jinnah, and Dada, I'd like you to.
And his relation with Jinnah, you'll see, one thing you'll see, Subhash Chandra was in the habit never of insulting personally anyone.
No, he
never. Even with Jinnah, he has got a good relation.
No, he tried.
Everyone, because in politics, it is a balance. It is a balance. You have to talk to everyone. You have to come to understand everyone's points, and that's why you see he is meeting all the political leaders of the Muslim political leaders. Also Jinnah.
He is opposing communalism.
Opposing communalism.
When he is in presidency jail.
Yes, opposing communalism.
He writes letters to the Lieutenant Governor.
Yes.
Accuses the government of Bengal being
communal. You are favouring communalism. You are in the line of.
Released that Maulvi from Dhaka. But me, you are keeping behind.
If you are favouring communalism, one day that will burn you. That will be a boomerang for you. That famous letter from the prison cell. And that actually that has today's communalism is burning the whole world.
And you see his confidence are both Hindus and Muslims.
Also you see when he actually you see Subhash Chandra is the man on whom everyone trusted, all religious groups, Hindus, Muslim, Christians, all trusted. He never misbehaved with any leader, personal level.
See, not only that.
But on the contrary, you see.
The question is that we are fighting for freedom.
Freedom. British is the number one enemy.
And Netaji is
not others.
Very clear in his views on that.
Who is my enemy and who need to be with
Unlike the Congress, which keeps wavering. Sometimes they will go to Dominion status, then talk of independence, then come
always coherence is there.
But this variation is
you
not
see,
there.
Gandhi has personally insulted Jinnah. Nehru has personally insulted Jinnah, but Subhash Chandra never.
Never. But he very firmly opposed him.
But
Very
ideologically he is
strongly.
opposite.
He opposed
Opposite it.
He didn't take it
His
as a
personal plane
thing.
always giving respect. That's why at one time there is a, I have not come across the document, at one time when in 40 he went to Maharashtra, when out of Congress, leader of the forward bloc, he met both Gandhi and also Savarkar.
1940.
Savarkar document is now come to some extent,
Yeah.
but Jinnah portion has not come. Jinnah, it is reported to me, I do not know the document, that Jinnah told Subhash Chandra that I have no problem.
You come out from the Congress.
No, by the time he is out of Congress, if you can control Congress, if you can come to the helm of the Congress, I have no desire for Pakistan.
See,
This
is like when he met Baba Sahib Ambedkar
yes,
also was.
yes.
Ambedkar said that I will support forward bloc, but you have made forward bloc within the Congress. If you take it out, I will support
Get the opinions
of that.
But at that time, to take the forward bloc out of the Congress was not very possible.
No, you see,
It was the platform. It was the platform. It was not a party, not a party. In that way. And also you see the INA movement after the Red Fort trial, INA movement created a nationalistic fervor in the world, in the country.
I have been saying this for
Nationalistic. Nationalist. There is no.
That Saigal, Shahnawaz,
Yes.
and Hillo, one Muslim,
That-
one
that
Sikh,
trio,
one Hindu.
the message
the
of
British were
nationalism
testing the unity of India at
into
that time.
India.
And whole
And
India stood behind
stood
that. But Congress missed that opportunity
Yes,
for liberation.
yes.
Congress used it for its election gain in 46 elections.
But not used it for
not
the
to
liberation.
Fight and liberate India.
Yes, this sense of unity, the love for unity, the fire of patriotism, irrespective of religion, that fire was there inside the mind of the people of the country, all over the country, north to south, to east to west. But Gandhi, the Congress used this for their victory or political victory, but not for the liberation.
Now,
Had that it been there would have been liberation of undivided India.
Well, I won't
That
go
actually
into
that
it
fight and
because
British, that fight and Congress and Muslim
Historian,
leaders.
what happened.
Yes.
But I'll say here this much, that we should not forget, I'll repeat this, that Netaji was fighting for a united India. And that is why we find that in Azad Hind Sarkar, in Azad Hind Fauj, in Azad Hind Dal, in Rani Jhansi regiment, in the guerrilla regiments, everywhere, there are people from all religions. Hindus, Christians, Sikhs, Muslims.
And one point I am telling you, at the end part of the INA in 1944, I think 45, you know there is a court martial of Shahnawaz Khan.
That's what I said about the trial.
Court martial no.
Oh,
in the Raymond front, court martial by Subhash Chandra, by Netaji.
We do get some
Because complaint against Shahnawaz is he was encouraging communalism inside the INA. That was the complaint against him. There is an inquiry.
But Dada, the evidence which I find is that after Turkey went out from the war, some Muslims within the INA, they said now we will not fight the British because Turkey is not fighting the British. But the documents I have found is that Shahnawaz convinces them that no, we should fight.
But again, I will show you 1946 fortnightly review on the INA soldiers. On Shahnawaz there is a page. Shahnawaz is organizing meetings in the western UP, campaigning for Pakistan. In National Activity.
Well, I'd like to see that document when we go again.
And there was court martial.
We'd like to see that.
But as the war ended, atom bombs are there. The whole thing has to be go back, and this court martial process could not be completed.
But to sum up and shut up the mouth of those who attack Netaji on this issue, I'd like to make 3 points. One point is, they say that Kiani, Kadir, they all went to Pakistan. And these foolish people don't know.
Forced to go.
No, when India is divided, And if someone's house is in Peshawar or in Rawalpindi,
where they will go?
Or where will they go?
Moreover, they were not allowed to join in the Indian army.
Secondly, when Nehru has
They are professionally soldiers.
When Nehru has refused that I won't take them back in the Indian army,
Provided,
then what do they do?
provided they are of my.
No, not even provided in that. Not even provided
But he,
in that.
but he took
No,
Shahnawaz.
he didn't took. You see, he didn't took Shahnawaz in the army.
No, but in the political.
In the army, some people went like Gulzara Singh and
All these, even
Colonel Hindoo.
even Kianis.
And no, they went in Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Here they went in India, but they reappeared.
Actually,
Their
reappeared.
Earlier ranks were
No,
not given at all.
reappeared.
They
Phase recruitment.
They reappeared in that. And in
Reappeared.
Pakistan also, you see, Kiani has mentioned in his book that when
Kiani, Habibur Rahman.
No, Kiani says that he went to meet this fellow, Liaquat Ali.
Liaquat Ali.
And he said he was hoodwinked. Liaquat Ali was told that Kiani wants to meet you, and Kiani was told that Liaquat Ali wants to meet you. And he says, when I went there, for 2 minutes we are silent. He is looking at my face and I am looking at his face. Then I realized that something is there. Ehsan Kader was asked to apologize for his INA days. He refused. Ehsan Kader was not taken back in Pakistani army. And let me tell these people that none of these Muslims who fought with the INA against the British, even after going to Pakistan, ever felt sorry or repented that they had fought in INA against the British.
They are feeling glory. They are very proud of their days in INA.
And none of them criticized our Netaji. And when these people say that they joined the Pakistani army and in Kashmir, Kiani and these...
That's a different chapter.
That's a part of their professional thing, because which country they have joined, they are doing it from here.
A different chapter.
There are many Muslims in India like Brigadier Usmani and all who remained in Indian army and fought the Pakistanis.
Yes.
So for them, Pakistanis will say that they were traitors or whatever it is.
And actually, by dividing this country, you have legalized communalism.
No, you see, that's why I always say
you have legalized it.
Congress claims that it is a secular party.
You have legalized
it.
it.
Accepted partition on communal grounds. So let us say one thing here, that Netaji was much above these communal things. His sole aim was liberation of India, for which he wanted the support of all religions, all communities, all.
You see, even in 1946, in the August, 45 August, he is donating money from his bank to the mosque in Thailand.
Both, and he left something for
Ramakrishna Mission, Christian missions, orphan child NGOs. He is giving money.
Just last
August, August 45.
17th August.
Pound, 1,000 pounds, yes, 1 lakh pounds, all these things.
So let us.
This is mind.
Give a fitting reply to such people who make all these sorts of absurd statements and come on.
Yes, he is spiritual, religious in his own side. His personal affair. He has never shown this.
So, आशा करते हैं कुछ नई बातें आपके सामने आई होंगी नेताजी और पाकिस्तान को लेकर, सांप्रदायिकता को लेकर। शीघ्र ही जल्दी मिलेंगे एक और व्याख्यान में। नमस्कार।